Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, just got off of Fight TV with Game Changer, the world of GCW. Their big Hammerstein show. It was live on pay-per-view for the first time ever and on Fight TV. If you've never checked in Game Changer Wrestling, you should check it out tonight. Hey, I want to know what you think. Comment below. If you've never subscribed to Robert Sports Show, please subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at Rob Sports Show. Overall, great show. It had a little bit of everything, and that's one thing I love about GCW. It gives you everything for anyone. If you want Lucha Libre style, you had that. If you want a deathmatch style matches, you had that. If you want just cluster hell shit, you had that. We had a huge return. We had some GCW debuts. We had, a change in the card that we initially thought we would have. We thought we would have the Ring of Honor World title on the line, Blake Christian versus Jonathan Gresham. Due to issues, Jonathan Gresham was not on the card. But we got Blake Christian versus Leo Rush, which, okay, it was good. We had two pre-show matches. We had the Pabst Blue Ribbon PBR kickoff with the Blue Ribbon Battle Royal. It was the 20 intergender person Battle Royal. Psycho Clown, Dark Sheik, Cole Radick, Parrow, Hoodfoot, Ruckus, who went into the Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame, KTB, Juicy Finale, Steve Scott, Nate Webb, Big Ben, Jai Kai, Dustin Thomas, Marcus Mathers, Yoya, Charles Mason, B-Boy, LuFusto, who also went into the Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame, which you can find that free on Fight TV. And then Thunder Rosa was the number 20. For Battle Royal sake, I thought it was a good Battle Royal. We had the Final Four of Big Ben, Charles Mason, LuFusto, and Thunder Rosa. I actually thought Thunder Rosa was going to win this. I want to see LuFusto and Thunder Rosa. That'd be a great match, especially in Game Changer. But it came down to Big Ben and Charles Mason. Big Ben getting the victory there. So that was kind of a good kickoff show. We gave it 3 1/4 stars. And then we had the 6-way scramble match. We were supposed to have Nick Wayne, but he was scratched for Shane Mercer, which, hey, I'm good with that. So we had Grim Reefer, Alex Zayne, Dante Leon, Jack Cartwright, Ninja Mack, and Shane Mercer. This match went exactly the way I thought it was going to be. It was just a huge scramble, people flying every way, dives. Grim Reefer did light up a Reefer. That was kind of expected here in Hammerstein, the Hammerstein Ballroom. GCW ran shows there, WWE, Ring of Honor, some early day Ring of Honor stuff. So it's one of those venues where it's kind of, you can just feel the energy and the history, even watching them fight. I was so stoked for this card. I was going to watch the pre-show later and start it kind of late. 6 o'clock, I'm like, I got to start this pre-show. I mean, it was WrestleMania vibe for me. I guess because being a 3-year-long Game Changer fan, again, my first Game Changer show was in 2018. 2019, 2020, 2021, I watched all their shows. I've done it in 2020 and 2021 here on Robert Sports Show, the best of. So I've been following Game Changer really close for a while now. And just that Hammerstein, it's kind of a WrestleMania vibe for me. Kind of Wrestle Kingdom kind of show. But yeah, Grim Reefer got to win in this scramble match. I give it 3.5. It was literally just 6 dudes just kind of jumping around everywhere. Brett Lauderdale came out at the end of the pre-show, was talking about somebody he looked up to, said that they've seen a million Game Changers come and go over the years, that this would not work. He said that in 2018. Here we are, even through the pandemic, Game Changer survived. They were supposed to have their biggest show, 2020, WrestleMania weekend. 2 weeks prior to that, everything shut down. They lost the WrestleMania weekend. They were supposed to have Chris Dickinson versus Minoru Suzuki, and Dickinson came out, Dirty Daddy came out with Lauderdale. He was talking about everything, and some of the people have been there since day one. And he pulled a chair out, so this chair was there in New Jersey in our very first show, and this chair is here now. This was the granddaddy of them all for Game Changer. I want to see Game Changer going forward is in January, do Hammerstein, do Madison Square Garden if you can get it. Do these kind of historic wrestling venues and have, 1 to 2, maybe 3 shows a year that are that kind of the WrestleMania type shows like this was, and show, be on pay-per-view, kind of don't necessarily do every month like, WWE or AEW does their quarterly ones, which is cool, or Impact does their monthly stuff, is don't try to be that big yet. Don't be there yet. Just kind of be yourself, but kind of let's grow little by little. Still do your, July 4th weekend, do your backyard wrestling, because that is what Game Changer is all about. All right, the first match on the card, brass ring ladder match. This is for number 1 contender. We had Jordan Oliver, Tony Deppen, Jimmy fucking Lloyd, Alex Colon, PCO, and G Raver. When I look at this list of 6 wrestlers, I see Jordan Oliver, up-and-comer, young, been building himself up in Game Changer and other promotions. Tony Deppen, just that kind of, he's there. He's a good wrestler. He can go in and do a match that you need. Jimmy Lloyd, kind of the deathmatch kind of guy. Alex Colon, deathmatch king. PCO, kind of revived his career with the Ring of Honor. He's been doing some indie stuff since. Here he is, and finally he was PCO. He was the GCW Extreme Champion for a while, for like 1,000 days. And then G Raver, just that veteran deathmatch, almost goddish kind of guy. Then we added a 7th person to this match. AJ Gray came out, put himself in this match. He's the current GCW Extreme Champion. This match, just holy snap. G Raver took a ladder to the face from PCO. PCO did a dive off the outside on everyone. Deppen did a couple dives. PCO did a moonsault off the top rope. I mean, just the spots that as this match went on, I kind of wrote down. And they started doing some stuff off the ladders. Can't even read my own handwriting here. Oh, Jordan Oliver did a cloud cutter off the ladder. PCO did a double. Oh, Cologne did a double stomp off the ladder on the PCO. G Raver off a ladder onto another ladder that was on top of Alex Colon. Jimmy Lloyd did like a razor's edge to freaking G Raver and just choked him out of the ring through a table on the floor. It was just chaos. These guys just went out there. It was a hardcore chaos ladder match. Then at the end, AJ Gray, the surprise entrance, was able to grab that brass ring, and now he's got his number 1 contender match, which the champion be either Moxley or Homicide versus AJ Gray. Oh, that'll be worth watching. Then next up, we did I didn't like the flow of some of these matches. You did a lot of boom, boom, boom stuff. The next match was a 6-man Lucha Rules tag match. Team Bandido, ASF, Anthony San Francisco, Bandido, Laredo Kid versus Team Gringo, Loco, Arez, and Demonic Flamita. Yeah, this is literally just 6 guys just Lucha Libre style. I was watching it with my wife. This is her first GCW show, first indie show. She's like, you can't even see who's on what team because they're all just flying everywhere. I'm like, yeah, it's Lucha Rules. That kind of happens. She's like, they're luchadors? I'm like, yeah. Aren't they a little big? She used to like the Rey Mysterio. I'm like, nope, they're modern day luchadors. And she was like, it's just, she couldn't follow it because there were just so many crazy spots. There was one spot where you had 3 members of one team standing there on their shoulders. 3 members of the other team, same way. They're literally the top 2 guys are fighting. The middle guys are fighting, and the bottom guys are fighting. Top guy, I can't remember who was on the top at the time. They did a freaking Hurricane Rana on the other guy and just blew up. It was just like, oh my god. In the Lucha Rules, there's no tags. You're just shooting everywhere. Team Gringo got the victory. I give it 4-star. I mean, that's the kind of match. It's like, I'm just sitting there watching it. Oh, she's like, how are you following this match? I'm like, that's the thing about Lucha Libre style matches. That's one of the genres that I really, really like. I'm like, I get into those. That's just crazy to see those spots like that. It's like, Jamie would be like, it was a good match. He just, he's the same way as a lot of people. Like, it was there. I give it 4. I mean, did I go high on it? Who knows? But that's my rating. You know what? Hey, I enjoyed it. All right. Next up was supposed to have been a Ring of Honor World title, but we found out Jonathan Gresham did not make the card. So we had Lio Rush come out as a surprise opponent for Blake Christian. Blake Christian's like, grabbed the mic and said, you know what, Gresham's not here. Hopefully Ring of Honor gives me a title shot down the line that I want to wrestle anyone that's available. He's like, I want to wrestle somebody who I know, who I've wrestled great matches with before in Game Changer. I was hoping for Alex Zayne to come back. He was on the pre-show, so I'm like, man, Alex Zayne, because I've seen that match a million times. I freaking good all the time. Lio Rush came out. I'm like, okay. I've seen the other 3 matches these guys have had. Most of those matches are 4-star matches, 4.5. They're just such chemistry between these 2 guys. It's just amazing. Their styles match up. And I mean, they're the same style, but sometimes 2 guys that have chemistry with the same style can go out there and put on a beautiful match. That's what these guys did. Blake Christian and Lio Rush tore the house down. At one point, Blake Christian hit a V-trigger on Lio Rush. Lio Rush, he went to do his, it's almost like an Oz cutter he does. He bounced off the rings and bounced back. Well, he didn't bounce that far back, and Blake Christian was coming at him and literally V-triggered him in the back of the head. And you're like, oh, that hurt. Blake Christian did a 450 off the top rope into a double stomp. That's how he got the pinfall. I give him match 4. But these 2 guys just, again, great chemistry. Just, there were so many of those kind of what you're used to out of both of these guys. It's like, it's hard to kind of pull out, you know, well, this Hurricanrana here, or this Moonsault here, or this, you know, that kind of stuff. It's just 2 guys out there, masterful job at it. But having that 6-man, and then this match following it up, it's like, and then having your ladder match right before that, you had 3 just spot, high-flying matches. Like, we got to slow this puppy down a little bit. You're going to blow this crowd up. Obviously, it's an independent wrestling crowd in Hammerstein. Next up, we had Matt Cardona versus Joey Janela. If you want a clusterfuck match that has so many stupid things going on in it that you don't understand what's going on, this was the match for you. There was a sign, if Matt Cardona wins, we riot. Just like back in the day when the John Cena RVD match, when they had the John Cena sign, if Cena wins, we riot. We had Matt Cardona pull out the first door, which was amazing to me because normally it's Joey Janela thing. Hey, they had 2 panel doors. They upgraded the doors for this Hammerstein show. Put some money in those doors. A good door, a good heavy, 2-panel, fancy door. It's Hammerstein. You have to have those. Janela did put Cardona through the door first. Then Mark Sterling comes out. Janela had picked up Cardona's internet title, whatever it's called. Mark Sterling comes out, smart Mark Sterling, Cardona's manager, and said that you must have not read the fine print, Joey Janela. If you use the internet title, you get disqualified. And even Kevin Gill was, the announcer was like, Kevin Gill was like, disqualification in Game Changer? What are you talking about? And he goes, Vince is here. I brought Matt Cardona's really good friend, Vince. Everybody's like, no way. Duh. A guy walks out in a Vince McMahon mask playing Vince's music. I'm like, oh my God, this is epic. It was Virgil, Vincent. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. It's just like, oh my God. Cardona ended up hitting Sterling with the belt. Out under the ring comes Swoggle. He goes to attack Janela. Sam Stackhouse shows up. We all know how small Swoggle is. That's how big Sam Stackhouse is. He's a house. Him and freaking Swoggle had a little bit, and then Marco Stunt comes out. Janela, and then Marco Stunt put Swoggle on the table in the ring, on a door between 2 chairs, while Janela had Cardona on the floor on the door between 2 chairs. Janela, top rope, puts Janela through the door, or Janela puts Cardona to the door. Chelsea comes in, Chelsea Green, Matt Cardona's wife, takes out Marco Stunt. Janela pile drives Chelsea Green in the ring. And then a guy comes out wearing a motorcycle helmet and spears Joey Janela through a door. Takes the helmet off, It was Brian Myers. Yes. Zack Ryder, Kirk Hawkins, they're back together in Game Changer. Yeah, that all happened. And then Matt Cardona got the pinfall victory. They start chucking trash in the ring. And then X-Pac, Sean Waltman comes out. I think eventually we're going to have a X-Pac, Joey Janela versus Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. I think that match is coming soon. I ended up giving this match 3 1/4. It was just a bunch of clusterfuckery at that point. The actual match itself, I give it 3 1/4. It wasn't horrible. Then we just had like everybody and their brother decided to come out. We needed to clean the ring up, I guess, so we decided to have everyone come out. So we had Mance Warner come out, cutting a promo. He's getting healthy. He's trying to get back. We had Alex Kogar come out and interrupt him, which is 440. Mance Warner is Second Gear Crew. They've been feuding, so if you follow Game Changer, you know that. Matthew Justice, another member of Second Gear Crew, comes out. 440 hits the ring. Eddie Only, Greg Irons. There was a 3-on, 3-on-2 beatdown. Lights go out. Bill Alfonso and the great Sabu, ECW original, Hammerstein, you got to have that. In the ring, they take out 440. So eventually we're going to have Second Gear Crew versus 440 again. Can't wait for that. We have 2 big Texas shows coming up in February, so can't wait for that. Next match was Ruby Soho and Alley Catch. Alley Catch talked about, and the promo packages from these matches were great, I thought. Yeah, Alley Catch is talking about how she always wanted to wrestle somebody like Ruby Soho. This match really didn't get a lot of time. The only really big spot, I mean, just normal, just wrestling moves here and there. The only true big spot really was Alley Catch had Ruby Soho on the top rope, going for like a power bomb. Ruby Soho kind of pulled herself up and was kind of kicking at Alley Catch, got loose. Soho did a kind of kick to her head. Hurricane Rana, boom, 1, 2, 3, pinfall. Ruby Soho won. It was like kind of real short, boom, boom. I mean, I give it 3 stars. It wasn't bad, but it was kind of, I was expecting more from it. And then we had the Effie and Jeff Jarrett promo. Jeff Jarrett comes out with all in black, kind of the last, whatever you want to call him. And it's like, Jeff Jarrett, his first match in 2 years. The fact that Jeff Jarrett wanted to come to Game Changer Wrestling, I don't know if they reached out to him or he reached out to them, but somebody of that status in Game Changer, we all know what he can do behind the scenes because he's a booker. He started TNA. We know what he did from the time he started TNA until TNA was sold to what's her name, and we kind of know what it did then when he was a part of it. He started another company of his own there, Global Force Wrestling. That kind of tried to merge it with TNA, and that blew it all crap. But he kind of has a wrestling mind, kind of that kind of guy that can help backstage, I think. So being him part of Game Changer kind of makes sense to a point. But this match was kind of just trash. I mean, Jarrett was beating up Effie, whipping him with a belt. At one point, he tied him to the corner, goes and gets his guitar. Effie gets out. Effie blocks him from hitting him with a guitar. Effie started hitting Jeff Jarrett with his fishnet stockings. He rips his fishnet stockings off and starts choking and putting them in the mouth of Jarrett. At one point, Effie low-billowed Jeff Jarrett. And then to end the match, literally, Jeff Jarrett punched Effie in the dick and then hit him with a guitar and got the pinfall. I'm like, really? But you know what? I think it elevated Effie being in the ring with somebody like a Jeff Jarrett. I think Jeff Jarrett being part of Game Changer, either one-off or whatever, and being on SmackDown Friday night, I think people that watch SmackDown are like, hey, Jeff Jarrett's here. People that watch Game Changer are like, hey, Jeff Jarrett's here. And it's like, oh my gosh, Jeff Jarrett, crossover. And somebody's like, I seen something online about the Forbidden Doors. I'm like, no, it's no damn Forbidden Door. I really highly doubt Vince called Brett Lauderdale and says, hey, I want to use Jeff Jarrett on Friday night. Is that okay? I think it was more or less, Jeff Jarrett, you want to do this? Okay, great, here's a check. But, so Jeff Jarrett getting the victory over Effie there. I give it 2 3/4. I mean, it was It was fun. It was unique. It was the Effie character, and Effie has said this before. The Effie on-screen character is just a blown-up version of the real Effie, and so being in there with Jeff Jarrett and doing stuff like this, I mean, really match quality 2.25, 2.5. I want to give it 2 and 3 because Effie's Effie and Jeff Jarrett is Jeff Jarrett, and kind of, if you would have told me 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago, that you'll see Jeff Jarrett in 2022 in a ring with a guy named Effie. If you would have told me this 2 years, when I first found Effie in 2018, started watching him, Effie's Big A Brunch and all that, if you would have told me then he's going to have a match at Hammerstein Ballroom against Jeff Jarrett, I'd be like, are you freaking high? Apparently not, because it happened. I got to watch it. And then sub-main was the Game Changer World Heavyweight title, which told me that the main event, which was the Game Changer tag titles, Briscoes versus the mystery opponent, the open challenge was going to be big. It wasn't what I expected. The first half of it, I was like, fuck. And then it made sense at the end. We're going to do the world title first. Again, this match wasn't a whole lot. It was Homicide versus champion Jon Moxley. Mox's second match back from his stint in rehab and getting healthy, which is great. I'm glad he did it. He wrestled on the Northeast Wrestling show, WrestleFest 26 on the 21st, 22nd, I think it was. Whatever. Hold on. I haven't watched the match yet, but I know it happened and is on High Spots Network. WrestleFest 27 on the 22nd. So yesterday. So he wrestled Channing Thomas. It was the first match on the card. So yeah, this is technically his second match back. He showed up Wednesday night on AEW. I haven't watched that yet either. So yeah, so I mean, he's had a couple matches back now. He's been back on national TV. Bully Ray had said on Busted Open Radio that Mox owed the AEW crowd an apology. Bully Ray, this is what I think of you. Because no, he did not. Mox had a real issue that he got help for. Unlike like some people don't get help for it. He went and got help. He did what he had to do to be healthy and do what he had to do, you know. Going to rehab, I can even imagine how hard that was for him, but he did it. He looks amazing. He's in great shape. He looks 10 years younger even. So, Bully Ray, just fuck off. But yeah, Mox Homicide. I thought it was a good match overall. Overall give it 3.5. There really wasn't any. It was just a good match, you know, a good back and forth match. You had a couple times you thought Homicide might win, and I did say that in the preview that I thought Homicide would win. Mox did a DDT on a chair. Boom, 1, 2, 3, get the victory. There's some chairs involved, a little hardcoreness involved, but it was a good match. 3.5 stars. Jon Mox to get the victory. Then we had the main event. The Briscoes come out. Who's their mystery opponent? You know, you had the kind of law. A lot of people wanted FTR. I said in the pre-show, I've seen some stuff online about that as well. Matt Tremont came out. He's a deathmatch master in ICW, No Holds Bar, in Game Changer. And as I'm sitting going, okay, this is a letdown. You get your biggest show ever. You're on pay-per-view for the first time. You have millions of people tuning in that have probably never seen Game Changer before. They have no idea who this guy is. As we're kind of that pause there waiting for the next person, the Briscoes are looking over the shoulder, looking at the entrance. I'm like, it's got to be Nick Gage. If it is not Nick Gage at this point in time, nothing else makes sense. The music hits, Nick fucking Gage comes out. Obviously, we all know the story. He took some time off to heal up, some stuff. He's back. Okay. This makes sense. Their biggest show ever. Nick Gage was not on this card. You needed Nick Gage. You needed that big pop. You needed 2,000 people going, oh my God, Nick Gage is here. And that's what you got. MDK gang was there, all in force. So it's like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. You already had doors in the ring. Briscoes brought those in the start. You had Nick Gage put Jay Briscoe through a door immediately. Ring bell, boom, door. Through the door. You're like, holy, this is going to be nuts and a half. It really was just pretty quick. I don't even know what see if I can find the official time of this match. But, it was probably maybe 5 minutes, 7 minutes of that. I don't see the official time yet. But it's like, boom, quick as hell, and it was done. And, oops. See if I can find it here real quick. And you had Nick Gage had a pile driver off the top rope on the Mark Briscoe. You had Jay Briscoe running in and trying to get the save. But, I mean, the ref was like, 1, 2. Right when the Webb hit 3, you seen Jay Briscoe pop in the corner. And then it was over. It's like, yeah, I mean, so too bad I can't find the official time of this match right now. But yeah, I mean, let's see if this will have it on here. A couple different sites that I go to find stuff like this. 6 minutes, yeah. Nick Gage, Matt Tremont, 6-minute victory pinfall. Okay. So yeah, it was not long to go too far. Let's see here. Yeah, he took time off, get his body, mind, and soul right. He got messages from every day from the MDK gang telling him, keep going, GCW is the best promotion in the world, which it is. MDK all fucking day. But yeah, I mean, short, sweet, to the point, new tag team champions Matt Tremont and Nick Gage. You had to end the show like this huge, and you did that. Overall, this show to me delivered. You had the Lucha Libre style. You had matches with no plunder and nothing really hardcore about it. You had the hardcore matches that Game Changer is known for. You had the characters, Joey Janela, Matt Cardona. You had names on here a little bit, the Matt Cardonas, the John Moxleys, the Jeff Jarretts. You know, AEW was well represented here. You know, John Moxley, Ruby Soho. So yeah, it's like you had Matt Cardona of Impact, Joey Janela, AEW. So you had the names of some other indie guys on here. Great show. Good step up for GCW. I've been a fan for years, so I'm going to still watch everything and buy it on Fight. But hopefully we made some new fans for Game Changer. But as always, that's going to wrap up here the World of Game Changer review. Thanks for everyone who checked out my preview. Hopefully the review gets as much love. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content. If you're new to Robert Sports Show, please subscribe below. Follow me on Twitter. If you're returning to Robert Sports Show, welcome back. As you can see, if you're a long-time watcher, new digs in the back. It's a little hoarse. I've been sick. So if you're a NASCAR fan, I will get caught up in my NASCAR countdown series. Again, moving, being sick, all that combined. Haven't got any more on it, but that's coming soon. This week, hopefully, we'll get caught up, back up. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.